not to say I wasn't trying to get clients other ways. I mean, I was hustling hard from the moment I woke up to falling asleep, you know, with my laptop in bed. I mean, I was hustling 24/7.
What's going on, people? This is Shia Harris of the Rebel Society, and this is another edition of The Process. It's the Process Conversation, the Process Session. I'm still trying to work out the title, but you know, that's neither here nor there at this point. Today we got a great episode with a social media manager, social media consultant, Kristina of Elixir Media Co. Make sure you follow her. She's a very dope. I just started following her recently. Saw some of her content that she was putting out. It's awesome. Like, please go check her out. But in this video, on this episode, we pretty much get into everything, how she got started working at Michael Kors, pretty much flipping their businesses in 3 weeks, pretty much going and firing people and then just hiring all the right people to kind of make that business thrive. Then she also talked about how she doesn't believe in free business or doing free work, which is something I personally believe in. So we got into a good debate about that. And then we just started, answering all some rapid fire random questions that, only I bring. So make sure you go follow that. It's a great episode. Make sure you check it out right now. What's going on, people? This is Shia Harris of the Rebel Society, and this is another edition of The Process. And The Process is the ultimate entrepreneur and creative tool guide on how to make money, market yourself, use social media, and all that great stuff in between. So today we have Kristina
Hello.
Elixir Media Company.
Yep, that's right, Elixir Media Co.
Gotcha, okay. So she's a, matter of fact, tell people what you do.
So I am a social media manager, just to kind of encompass it into everything. I do everything from one-on-one consultations with business owners and marketing teams to total social media takeovers.
All right, sounds good. So before we get started, the reason I wanted to set this interview up with you, like I was telling you before, is since I've been in business for about 2 or 3 years, I'm really going hard in the past 2 years since I quit my day job.
Nice, congratulations, by the way. That's a big move.
Right, very big move. So since then, a lot of people don't understand what I do, so running into people that actually do the same thing or in the same industry or kind of get the same struggle, it's something that I feel like I needed. And I use this video is not necessarily to tell my story all the time, because most people get tired of hearing me, but I also like to tell stories of other people. So it's kind of like a twofold interview to network with people in the same industry, but to also hear a story of somebody that's going through the same thing as well. So cool. All right, so now we got that out the way. So how did you get started with everything?
It started with Elixir. So we were talking about this a little bit before, but 10 years ago, when I was a little baby, I still got the baby face. But about 10 years ago, I was working for Michael Kors as a traveling analyst. So they would send me to stores on the East Coast, and I would come in. They were usually underperforming, and I would have about 3 weeks to flip it and to make it a top performing store in the country. So yes.
This might be a lot of cutting off and
no worries.
Asking questions, but how can you flip a store in 3 weeks?
Oh man, it's intense. I mean, you really hit the ground running. I would come straight from the airport into the store, and essentially most of the times you would clean house because
firing a whole bunch of people.
Which makes you the bad guy right off the bat. I mean, not everybody. There's a few diamonds on the rough in there. And I would go out and recruit and train them really quick and, basically train them to be good sellers and to be personable and to be likable and to make sure that they fit the brand. So being able to meet people very quickly and seeing, really their true self and just running with it. Okay. So
That's very interesting.
Yeah. It was fun. It was fun for sure.
So to turn around a store, all you need is just good people.
I mean, hey, that's the spice of life, right? It's what makes it.
Very true.
So I did that, realized that it was a lot of traveling, and so not really, to be honest, I got really lonely in the end. Money was good, but, long old saying about money, it's not everything.
Right.
So,
and you're traveling all over the country?
Just on the East Coast.
Okay.
Yeah. Did a lot of work in Atlanta, that type of stuff. And so I left my job, my nice cushy job at Michael Kors, and I went back to school and I double majored in economics and business. And then I got a contract almost immediately from the Norfolk Botanical Garden with the wedding industry to come and basically do what I did there with the event department.
Okay, so
Yes.
how does that work?
Yes.
Doing that with events.
So it's the same type of stuff, just coming into any store, any brick and mortar, and flipping it. So we basically restructured all the packages, changed the branding, everything about it, and we were really successful. We over doubled our sales in less than a year, and so when I left there, I had a lot of small businesses in the wedding community who saw what I did and said, hey, can you do this for me? But specifically with social media. So it kind of just, the need was there, so it kind of fell into my lap. And
Really?
I ended up loving it, working with so many different businesses that do completely different things. It just was so exciting, and so I just ran with it.
Okay.
And now here I am.
Right. So what does a everyday or average day look like for you right now?
Oh man, every day is
All over
different.
the place?
Oh, it's not so much all over the place, but it's definitely different. Today I was down at the beach having a monthly meeting and talking about analytics for Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
And I literally came straight here, right from the beach. Harbor Fest is here. Parking is crazy.
Bananas right now.
Yeah, I'm coming here talking to you, and then after this, I'm shooting down to Portsmouth to do a content marketing shoot with a photographer and possibly a videographer. So, and after that, it's Friday, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go home, crack open some brewskis and chill because it's been a week. So, so yeah, completely different.
So you don't have a set morning schedule or anything? Cause I know with me, I try to I wake up at around 7:30, walk my dog, and I try to go to the gym, and then I usually work. If I don't have a meeting or anything, I usually work on content or something like that for the next 4 or 5 hours.
Oh man, that's 5 hours. That's intense.
It is.
I can't sit still that long. I'm not gonna lie.
There's a lot of bullshit that happens.
Really? Oh no. I'm
like
I call them my hype productivity times, and I tell my friends don't text me, don't call me, nobody bother me, and I do I zone in and I focus, and I just if I'm creating content, I'm laser focused.
Really?
Oh yeah, and I'm knocking out a couple weeks at a time, usually in a few hours. So I definitely do have those days. Yeah, I usually wake up around 6:30. First thing I do, I hit the gym before I can convince myself not to go.
That is me. That is definitely
and then and then honestly, I make breakfast, and then probably around 10 o'clock, I'm either out the door to meetings or a content shoot or scheduling content.
Okay.
And creating content.
All right. So what is one of the misconceptions about what you do?
Ooh, that I'm sitting around on my phone all day, just putting some hashtags on, taking pretty pictures, and posting it up there. There's so much more that goes into it, and I find that that's one of kind of my biggest jobs is to educate people.
Gotcha.
To educate people that yes, you can just snap a picture, put it up there, and maybe you'll get lucky with some hashtags, but honestly, that's not going to optimize or maximize your content. So, getting those, images that are going to stop people from scrolling, making sure that they're branded, making sure that they're telling a story, making sure that you have a captivating caption and a call to action, and then taking all those hours of research that you've already done and adding those hashtags on there.
True.
And by the way, you better keep up with the algorithms because they just changed 2 days ago. It's crazy.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
We got to talk about that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that at all.
Yes, 2 days ago it changed. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing on itself. So there's so much more research and analytics that go into it than people realize.
Okay. All right. So, let's see. What would be a fun question to ask? Ooh. How did you get your first clients? Because mostly I try to make this show about giving tangible tips and things like that for people that want to be, content creators or, social media management. So, what are some tips on how to get your first clients to start out?
That's a tough one. Because I feel like you're first. For me, I was really lucky in that people sought me out because they had seen the work that I had already done. So,
so I guess you had a portfolio starting out.
On the internet, I guess, my past work, people had seen that, and then they reached out to me, and then from there, for the first year, I would say I was referral only.
Right.
and that's how I got my business. And I mean, it's crazy because, not to say I wasn't trying to get clients other ways. I mean, I was hustling hard from the moment I woke up to falling asleep, you know, with my laptop in bed. I mean, I was hustling 24/7, and you know, I was still only getting clients off of referrals. And then, you know, this crazy thing happens where you create social media for yourself and you start marketing for yourself. Yeah. And I mean, nowadays, I do not hustle like I used to. I hustle in a different way, and then I'm super intentional and really focused with my time.
Create your own content.
Absolutely. But for me, that's fun. I like that part.
Yeah.
I like that part.
I think for me, like starting out, one of the couple of things I did was like first find a different clients or people who had businesses and say, hey, let me shoot this commercial for you for free, or let me run this campaign for you for free. And then that allowed me to get more business. And I think on the flip side of that, since I never went to school for this, I never was like formally taught, it kind of doing that and seeing that this campaign that I ran for this gym, you know, did, you know, good numbers and brought in this amount of revenue, it allowed me to get confidence with that as well. So I feel like once I had the portfolio and the confidence, it kind of like started to go up from there. Because then I had, like, once I went into a meeting, I could go in there and speak with confidence about what I can do and what I can't do, or, you know, what this video would do for your business, or what me running your social media would do for your business. So did you run into anything like that, or?
As far as having the confidence, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a cocky. No, I'm just joking. No. I mean, I guess. No, I didn't have that at all. Yeah, because I think because I had done it, you know,
you were around businesses in 3 weeks. So.
Yeah, that's true. No, I mean, I guess I just kind of knew that I could do it. You know, so I'd never. You know, I never questioned that, and I think in turn they didn't question that. And then when, you know, I would start to perform, I'm really against doing work for free.
You are?
I'm so against it. I'm so against doing work for free. I'm so against discounting my prices. Like I do not do it, period. And it's not because I want to exclude anybody that can't afford it, but I'm just at a point where I know my worth. I know how good I am. I know how much, I'm just saying, better I am at my job, you know, than the lower prices. So I just don't do it, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's speak about, because like with me, especially starting out, like I don't really do it that much anymore, but especially starting out, like, when I didn't have like anything good on my website because I was doing stuff that the client wanted me doing, it was trash or whatever. So I was like, you know what? Let me work with this gym and let me do a quick little 30-second to a 60-second Instagram video for you, and it came out great.
Okay.
I feel like that allowed me to grow my business way more than any piece of work that a client could have gave me.
I see what you're saying. But imagine if you found clients that were your people. Because there's a big difference between the clients I had when I first started and the clients I have now. Let me tell you, there is a big difference in the fact that A, I charge a lot more than I did when I first started, and B, they're just my people. You know, this morning I was having a little
people that just like fit you.
People that are my target clients. So in the beginning, we were just talking about this earlier when we were setting up about how in the beginning it's really hard to say no to money, and it's hard. I mean, because you know,
but don't it feel good when you can say no to them? Or you haven't got
it hurts a little bit at first because I'm like, oh, that's my bills. But to be honest, it's, you know, it's knowing again what you're worth and what's your time. And in the end, we all got into starting our own business because we wanted something other than sitting at a desk doing shit that we didn't want to do. You know what I mean? We wanted to live our dream. We wanted to do work that we were proud of, that we were excited to do, something that got us out of bed. So I just got to a point where I said, you know, no amount of money is worth this doing something I don't want to do and something I'm not proud of. So now I only take a certain number of clients a year. I charge more, and I say no to a lot more people.
Okay. Yeah. I think with me, it just,
It's all about finding your people, I'm telling you.
True.
Finding those people who, you know, you vibe with, who you're excited about, who trust you. That's so important. Who trust you with your vision. So even when they disagree with you and you say, this is what you should be doing, they might not even like your idea, but they're saying, all right, that's my favorite.
True.
Because that means that's mine.
Right.
This is my realm.
One of my main clients that I have now that kind of started out with, like, once I was able to prove like a concept that she wanted to do, and it kind of like, or it was a concept that I had that kind of like went, you know, it was crazy for her. Then she pretty much just gave me the keys to the kingdom and just like, you know what, you can do whatever you want. You know,
exactly.
Like, oh,
and that those, you know, like for me, that's so important that I get to do what I want. You know, and that people, you know, trust you to know their brand and to know, you know, because in the end, all of our businesses are a baby, and it means so much to me. I don't take it lightly that people literally put their baby in my hands and say, okay, you know, take care of it. Yeah. I definitely don't take that lightly. That's so important to me.
Okay. Is there any particular type of businesses that you kind of like focus on that you like to work with?
I don't know about business as far as what the business does, but there's definitely a type of person.
What's the type of person?
Okay, so my person is definitely well established already in their business. They've been doing it for a few years. They're not really startups.
Yeah.
They are badass as fuck. I only work with badasses. I want them to be confident in their shit. Right. You know, I want them to be very passionate still about what they do, because entrepreneurship is hard. It can take a lot out of you.
Right.
Yeah, they're passionate about what they do. They're pushing boundaries. They're thinking outside of the box. You know, they want to go after not your, you know, normal, you know, everyday client. Yeah, that's mainly, and they're nice. And I know that seems so simple, but probably at the top of my list is that you are a kind person. Because nobody wants to work with assholes. Nobody. I don't care. Oh, I've had some asshole clients.
They are the worst.
Yeah.
They are the worst.
Yeah, I mean, no amount of money can, you know, make me go through that again. So, but you live and you learn. True. You know what I mean? Just as your business grows, you grow with it, and you learn, again, what your worth is and what's not worth your time. So
that just made me think of the one asshole client that I had that was late to like every shoot we had, like, and she didn't give a damn. Like, she would be like an hour and a half late, and I'm like, yo, I'm booking studio time for this. And
yeah.
She just didn't care.
Yeah.
But sooner or later, I had to get to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm never working with her.
Yeah.
Ever again.
Yeah, it's definitely, you know, a process, and I think almost a painful one to get to that point, to be able to say, you know, my time is worth being respected too.
Right.
You know, this is my time as well. And just like, you know, everybody wears a ton of hats being an entrepreneur, and you do as well, you know. And to be able, you know, I got to a point where I was kind of like, look, at this point, because this one account is taking up so much of my time, I'm not able to give all my other accounts as much love as they deserve, as much, you know, time as their accounts are requiring. So it was literally, you know, in my eyes, lowering the standards of my business and my brand by having them on. So it's, you know.
Okay. Matter of fact, before we hop into the next question.
Yes.
What are ways for people that's starting out that you can kind of spot an asshole client? This might be my favorite question.
Oh, God. I don't know. You know, I think I've always been... you know, I trust my gut. Okay. I would say that's your biggest thing, is trust your gut.
You have a radar for assholes.
I have an asshole radar. It is 100%.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, I think. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. That's a hard. How do you spot an asshole?
I think with me,
they should come with a like.
With a little name badge.
Yeah, with a name badge that says asshole. But I don't know. But I definitely. I stay away.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So you talked about this a little bit before, but you said in the past 6 months, when you kind of like focused on your own social media, that's when your business kind of exploded.
Absolutely. Which is, it makes sense, right? Practice what you preach.
True. How do you actually market yourself as a quote unquote marketer or like thought leader?
What do you mean? How do I market myself?
like how, like you said, you're focusing on your social media. So
Yeah.
how do you kind of like show that to the world? Because like with me,
Yeah.
like before when I first started, I used to just show like pieces of content that I used to produce for different clients and stuff like that.
Ah, okay.
But once I got to the point of showing like more so like behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Stuff like that, people are starting to like really get an idea of what I do now. Because
Yeah.
for a while people said, "Oh, you're just a videographer or you're a photographer." I'm like, "No, it's a little bit more to that than
Yeah.
just taking photos and doing videos." But
Right.
now people are seeing like, "Hey, you know, I see you actually sitting down with clients and coming up with content calendars, or you're doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff where you're talking to clients,
Yeah.
stuff like that." Then now they kind of get more of an idea of what I do. So how do you feel like you did that for yourself?
I feel like, you know, from the very beginning of starting my account and also, you know, taking over other businesses' accounts, I've always known that education was part of the process.
Right.
And when I say education, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm sitting here teaching you what 2 times 2 is, you know.
Right.
It just means educating your client, or you know, your ideal client or potential client, about what you do and what sets you apart and why you're worth it. Why, you know, to me, that's what I use social media for. So to tell people, kind of to break that stigma, like we were talking about earlier, that I'm not just running around laying on my phone,
Right.
you know what I mean, on my phone all day,
Showing
having
people the
fun.
holidays and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff you actually
exactly.
do.
It's, you know, I'm literally educating people about analytics. I'm educating people when there are algorithm changes. I'm, you know, telling them like, look, you know, it's not just about taking pictures on my phone. We can set up marketing content shoots, you know what I mean? This is why hashtags are so important. This is how you can look them up and see which ones are working and which ones aren't, and all of those things about ads. And it's, so I guess my answer is I use my social media as an education platform, because that not only shows people why I'm worth the money, it also shows people, you know, that I'm different, you know, that I'm not your average, you know, person on the internet just being like, you know, I'm a social media manager, you know, and showing people everything that goes into it. So
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Last question before we get to our speed round.
Ooh, a speed round.
Yeah, most people talk about the highs of business. You know, they show the trips, all the money you made, you doing
All the money you make.
Yeah. But you know, they show all the highs and stuff like that. You on a, you know, nice Caribbean island or something like that.
I do love the Caribbean.
Me too.
I just got back from Trinidad.
I'm actually trying to go on a trip. I think we're going like Jamaica or Barbados.
Nice.
Like that.
That's awesome.
Right, but what are some of the lows that you kind of experienced since you've been in business?
Lows. Man, I try not to focus on them too much, just in general in life. You know, and it might seem silly, but just this morning, I swear I had a meltdown because of health insurance. It's so silly, silly. But, you know, because I own my own business, you know, the lowest option for me to pay for health insurance is $300 a month. I pay $300 a month, and they do not cover anything. And when I say they don't cover anything until I hit my deductible, which by the way is $7,600,
$6,000.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I went to the doctor because I, you know, had an infection in my lungs back in January for over a month. And I went in for 20 minutes, came back out, and now I have a bill for $500. So that $500 on top of my $300, not even to include the prescription that it didn't cover. I had a little bit of a meltdown because I was like,
yeah,
this is highway robbery. You know, but that's you know, that's just kind of, you know, one thing in it. But you know, the lows,
that's definitely a low.
Yeah, that's definitely a low. That's an $800 low that I was unplanned for.
That just made me stress out.
I don't know, you know, I think everything is about perspective. You know, a lot of people say it can be lonely. I don't find that. I think that there are plenty of other entrepreneurs that you can set up work dates with.
Right.
You know, people struggle with, they don't know which way to go, but to me, that's a blessing. You know, being in the social media realm, there's not a lot of people who are doing what we do and who are doing it well and in a structured way, which is very exciting for me, because the way I see it, I get to make this shit up as I go, which is like the greatest to me. You know, there's no rule book. To me, that's exciting. That's, you know, I get to sit here and say, okay, well, this is what I want to do. This is the way I'm going to do it. And, you know, I do that till that works, and then I figure out something else. And I don't see it as a low. I don't know. What do you think some of the lows are?
I felt like when I first started, when I left my job 2 years ago, I felt like I was like super lonely for a little bit.
See?
Like nobody really understood what I went through.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was just struggling on my own.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes there's like a lack of money coming in, but
absolutely.
Those probably be the only.
And then you're still supposed to say no. You know what I mean?
Right. Then you get asshole clients that say, "Hey, let's do some work." You're like,
I want you to do double your work for 20% of what you're charging.
But you're like, you know what? I need this money.
I know it's definitely hard, and I think, it's a lot of pressure, to provide for your family. You know what I mean? Especially quitting that 9 to 5, because I don't want to say it's all fun and games. You're tired as fuck when you have a 9 to 5 plus what I call your side hustle. But when your passion becomes your main hustle, there's definitely, I will not lie, at least one day a week where I'm like, shit, like how am I going to make the money I need to make to support my family? You know what I mean? But you know what? You do what you got to do. And
most of the time it always happens where you end up getting the money. So.
Absolutely. It always works out. I would say that the less I hustled, the less I was out there searching and, cold calling and everything for money, the more I did that, the less new clients I made. And then, you know what? I sit back and I'm like, you know what? It's going to happen. I'm just going to do me. I'm going to market my stuff. I'm going to put it out there. It just comes. And that is the craziest, because I'm not a super religious person. So to me, that's like the craziest leap of faith to just be like, it's going to come. But it always does. And in the best way possible, rather than when you're out there, hitting the pavement, grinding, because that gets old.
That gets very old.
Real quick.
Speed round.
Ooh, I'm excited.
When are you the most happiest? Or when are you the happiest?
Just like, are we talking about life or in general? I know this is a speed round, my bad.
In life.
In life? Oh man. Honestly, I feel about the same on vacation as I do at work.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
Okay.
But I feel happiest when I am working honestly, like with my clients and making some cool shit that they're excited about and I'm excited about, and we're just nailing it in the bag, and then we get even weirder with it, Yeah, I would probably say like the process of creating the content to hit their goals. I mean, that sounds so fake, but it's so true.
That's real.
It's so true. Yeah.
I'm 100%. Okay. All right. So if a zombie apocalypse happened right now, The Walking Dead is happening in Norfolk.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Me too, actually. What would be your weapon of choice?
Oh, I would pick, I don't know what it's called, but the gun from Gears of War, the one where it's like this and it's the shotgun, but then it also has the chainsaw on it, so like you can shoot people. And yeah, no, I told you, I asked my husband if he would make it for me for my birthday, so I could shoot people and chainsaw them when they get too close. That's the sound it makes in the Gears of War.
I was just gonna get swords like the Michonne and just go through the streets. Yeah.
I'd probably end up chopping my own head off with that one.
Alright. What is something you waste time on the most?
Instagram. I can't help it. Instagram.
Do you have any ways of stopping from just being randomly on Instagram throughout the day?
Yes, I've tried very hard just to set time periods of interacting. So if I'm interacting for clients, I set that time period, and after that, like if I catch myself just opening it, in line, walking, whatever, I'm like, you know what? I'm always like, put it away. You're not working, put it away.
I run into that a lot.
It's hard.
It's very hard.
It's very hard. There's so many cool things.
It's always something. I'm just scrolling and I realize it's like an hour has passed.
Woo! You're part of that Facebook statistic. It's
I think so. I go through the regular timeline and then I'm like, you know what? Let me look at the stories and see what's going on.
I know, right? Oh, stories gets me.
I'm up here like doing polls and I'm like, what am I doing with my time? So, alright. So, alright.
Okay.
Okay. So, most people say that starting a business is like birthing a child.
I would 100% agree.
Okay. So what is the one thing about business which is the most orgasmic?
Ooh. When something works.
Yes.
Is that crazy? When something works, when you're like, oh, I don't know. and then it just comes together and it's beautiful, and your client loves it and you love it and you're excited about it and you're like, this is so, you know, for me it's like anything I can do with skulls. Like if it's black and it's gold and it's skulls and it comes together, and I'm just like, yes.
Do you design too, or?
No, I work with.
Gotcha.
I have a graphic designer that on staff basically, but
Gotcha.
you know, I communicate those things.
Right. Okay. So who or what inspires you the most?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, that's a tough one. It's hard because I feel like it's a accumulation of things, you know, between, honestly, my clients. I brainstorm with them so much, and you know, because I'm really close with all of them.
Okay.
You know, they become my friends, and we bounce ideas off of each other for each other's businesses. And yeah, you know, we're always talking about growing and you know, how we're gonna do that and in what way. And you know, we're always looking for our people, you know, and things like that. So it's like an accumulation of my clients. You know, I've got so many amazing close friends to me that are also business owners.
Okay.
So I think that's why I don't see it as lonely as much. And then also, cheesiness alert, my husband is amazing, and he's just, every day he blows my mind how patient he is with me, and it really does inspire me. You know, I look at him and I just every day try to deserve him, and I think through that makes me a better person, both as a businesswoman and, you know, as just a regular human being. So
That was deep.
that was a little deep. I didn't even need whiskey or anything.
Right. All right, 2 more questions.
Okay.
What was the last piece of content that inspired you the most?
Just
like a YouTube video, or Facebook video, or whatever.
I think just video in general. I started looking up all these analytics on video, and it's insane. Like, you know, just next year they're predicting that 80% of what's on the internet is going to be video. That's so crazy.
That's kind of wild.
It's crazy to me. And so I kind of went into this, you know, dark, deep rabbit hole of how much video makes a difference. And so I'm actually talking to a couple different media companies this week and next week to do some crazy fun, out of the box content. So I'm really excited about it. I want to figure out who I'm choosing already because I want to get started. But yeah, just video in general really excites me.
Okay.
And being different, you know what I mean?
Okay. Last question then.
Okay.
When was the last time you had a great time?
Today. I'm having a fucking great time right now. Are you kidding me?
Besides
today.
That was
Yesterday. What do you mean? Okay. Yesterday was a really great day. I did a marketing content shoot yesterday. I had amazing meetings. I went to my great friend Lil, works at the Hermitage and Museum in Norfolk, right on the water, and they do a concert series. And so I went out there with my husband and a couple friends, put down a blanket, drank some sangria, ate some fish tacos right on the water with live music.
Okay.
That's a great time. That's a great time.
That's a great time.
Every day is a great day.
All right, cool.
I'm cheesy as fuck, but it's true.
All right, so let people know where they can find you at and everything.
Yes, Instagram and Facebook, Elixir Media Co. My website is elixirmedia.co. Yeah, I'm always on there. Hit me up, say hi. I'm a real person, I swear.
What did I tell you? I told you it was going to be a great episode, right? So if you like that video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you like that video. Make sure you share it. And actually make sure you go follow Kristina at Elixir Media Co. She puts out a lot of great content. I got lost, you know, just scrolling on her Instagram feed the other day. Like, she puts out a lot of dope stuff. You can see all the behind the scenes stuff of what she does. She gives a lot of tips and tricks and all that fly stuff. So please make sure you do that. Like I said, once again, make sure you follow me at Shy Harris, as well as my company, the Rebel Society XXV. I'm trying to do a lot of big stuff coming up soon. So definitely just want to make sure that, you know, you all are following my journey, my process on how I'm making all this stuff happen. So make sure you do that. And just look out for more great content. I'm putting out more interviews like this, putting out a new series that I'm thinking about doing, which gives kind of breaks down what's going on in society right now from a marketing standpoint, what they're doing, and just a lot of like creative videos as well. So make sure you do that. Make sure you follow me. And that's pretty much it. So this has been another episode. We out.